Okay, this is my 2017 Mazda CX9, and I'm going to see if I can check the transmission fluid level and then drain and fill the transmission fluid. This car has 104,000 miles. Actually, maybe it's 105,000. I should probably double check that. I have not been able to find a good YouTube video that shows how to do this for this exact car. I found some similar cars, other Mazdas, different model year Mazda CX9s and a CX5, and they're very similar, but the engine layout was slightly different. I noticed that in one video he took out this air intake, and he was able to get direct access to the dipstick. And I found that after I remove this, I still don't have direct access. There are these hoses in the way. So I think those are the oil hoses for the transmission, maybe. Anyway, I think I might be able to remove the harness and then move those out of the way, but I'm not sure about that. They seem kind of rigid down there. I may still be able to get access to the nut that the dipstick is attached to, but I'm gonna have to use an extension to reach it. So let me first see what I can do. I'm going to take this air intake out and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so first thing to do is take out these 10mm bolts. There's one there, and actually I think that's it. Oh, and you got to take this Phillips thing out here so you can... Actually, I didn't do that last time. What did I do? I took it off from here. Yeah, I took it off from here and then I just removed the hose. That way I can take this whole thing out. But I did leave it attached to the harness for the mass airflow sensor. I don't want to mess with that. Okay, so that was kind of a pain in the ass, but I removed or at least I moved the air intake out of the way. You can see how it's like that. Disconnected that hose right there. Now, I had to make sure that the wire attachment for the mass airflow sensor was not being pulled too hard, but that's fine. That's why if it wasn't for that, I could just remove this whole thing. But anyway, I already took the dipstick out. That's it right there. There's a little 10mm bolt. That 10mm bolt was really easy to open. I needed to use this socket. It's just really a pain in the ass getting to it because it's in there, you know, and I'll tell you what, I'll show you where I have to go. Like my hand, I basically have to go between these pipes here. So this is these two little ones here. These are rubber and they're pretty flimsy, so I'm able to move them out of the way. But I pretty much have to press them out of the way just to get my hand in there. And then I have to go all the way down in there to reach this dipstick. So I checked it right now, but this thing is cold. So unfortunately this useless thing is only... this thing is only useful when it's at 50 degrees C, as it says right there. So when it's 50 degrees C, it has to be between those markers. So, or 122 Fahrenheit. So what you're supposed to do is run the car, have it in idle, and then check this. I'm just not sure how I'm supposed to do that with this, like this. Can you run the car with the No, I'm not sure what's going to do. So I'm going to do some research to see if I can even run the car like this. I don't think I can. Okay, anyway, I'm going to put this dipstick back in, and then I'll do a little more reading, and then I'm going to see if I can drain it. So I'm going to point out something incredibly annoying. Just stupid. The only way I can get it, I think I can drain the transmission fluid is I have to remove this big piece of, whatever this is. I have to remove this thing. And it's just really tedious because there's so many bolts. But it's not the bolts that are bothering me, it's these stupid push pins. I think no one's really opened this in so long. Because, for the oil, you remove this for oil changes, you remove this little flap right here. But these push pins were so old and brittle, they all broke. Well, at least 3 of them broke. So I'm probably going to have to go to, I don't know, AutoZone or O'Reilly and look for push pins to replace these. I mean, I do have to put this panel back, right? I assume. Not sure how important this panel is. Okay, anyway, I'm still taking these out. It'd be nice if I had a cordless tool for this. Using this little hand ratchet, it's kind of annoying. Okay, so I successfully got that stupid thing off. And now I can look at the engine itself. I mean, underneath the engine. Guess what? This right here, I'm gonna put my hand on it. See that little hose right there? This thing? That's my, I put that from the top. That's going into the fill where the dipstick was. So the dipstick is right here. That's really interesting. I could see how, I mean, I wish it was easier to access it from this way. I could fill it. I wish I could fill it from this way. Maybe with a pump I could. Okay, but anyway, this must be the drain plug. Looks like an Allen wrench thing. And this is the transmission, whatever you call this. Shit. I know, I should know the names of these things. Pan. This is the transmission pan. See those bolts? You would have to take all those out if you want to drop this pan. I'm definitely not going to do that. Although maybe in the future I will. I've seen people do that. You can, but then you have to put a new gasket, and I think you can change the filter that way. But I don't think I'm going to do that right now. I'm just going to see if I can open this and drain it. Oh, there you can see me. I accidentally switched the thing. Okay, I am currently draining it. You can see it coming out there. I collected some of it in this separate container here. Just wanted to look at it later. I don't know. I'm really not sure how to tell if transmission fluid is good or bad. But this is after 104,000 miles. I think I read somewhere that you can actually send this to a lab to get it tested, I think. That'd be kind of fun to do. Let's keep it there for now. Not sure who, this isn't a lot, because I want to be able to measure it later how much I drained, so that when I fill it back up, I'll fill it back at the same amount. I know some people have said that Mazda underfills these, so that you should check the dipstick, but I'm honestly not going to do that. Not based on the way that you check the dipstick. It's incredibly stupid. You have to be idling the car at the same time, which is really hard to do with the air intake being out of the way. Although, oh, I guess I could be under the car. I could reach the dipstick from the bottom. I didn't even think about that. Theoretically, I could do that. And then tighten that bolt later. Huh, maybe I'll do that. Okay, so I measured it, or actually I poured it in this container so I can measure it. So let's see what we got here. This is, okay, well, definitely less than 4 quarts. Great, I can't read those numbers on the side. A little over 3 point. This thing doesn't have any markers besides 3 and 4, but it looks, I mean, eyeballing it, it looks like 3.2 or something. Yeah, about 3.2, 3.3, something like that. Let's see. Yeah, it's about 3.2. So let's see. What I could do is pour the new fluid into this container, except it's a little contaminated, huh? I need to wash it out. But that would probably be the most accurate way. I don't know exactly. I also have to put a marker right there. Alright, so I don't like eyeballing this so much, so what I'm going to do is use this tape measure to actually measure out how much. So put that like that. Should be nice to have some kind of assistant to help with the camera work, because I can't really get the video at the same time. So let's see. From the 3 to the 4 on this thing is about 1.5 inches, I think. Yeah, that's right, from there to there. It's 1. Well, actually, looks like it's easier to use centimeters. Oh yeah, that'll be easier. Okay, so 3 to 4 is about 4 centimeters on this thing. And the actual, let's see how I measure this. This is from 3 to, it's about 1, just over 1 centimeter above the 3. So, if you do basic math, that means if it's 1 out of 4, that's 1/4. So that's 0.25. Oh wow, my eyeballing was right. So it's 3.25. Let me double check that. That's, yeah, it's about 1 centimeter above the 3. That's 4. Yeah. All right, so 3.2. I would say 3.25 is how many quarts I drained. So that's what I will add back in. Hopefully you saw that. I couldn't really tell what I was filming there. Okay, next step is to start filling it back up. Here's my little nozzle. I got this flexible hose because it's just so hard to get a straight one down there through those pipes. I already checked it from the bottom. It's definitely in the fill hole where the dipstick goes. And I should be able to just slowly pour it into there. And this is the transmission fluid I got. This is a genuine Mazda type whatever, FZ. So I'm going to do 3.25 quarts of this stuff. Okay, so I already put 3 in there. This is the 4th quart. So what I'm going to do is, you'll notice it has markers on the side, just like any oil can will. So I'm going to use, I'm going to go to about 700. And the reason for that is that I put a little bit in that sample thing. So I'll do, yeah, 700 should be good. That'll be like 3, that'll be 3.3. And then I'll be done. Okay, the next step is to put, well, I put the dipstick back, but I did not bolt it back in yet. I'm going to put the bolt in later. I still have to check the fluid when the car is idle, and also when it's at 122 degrees. So I just realized I do have this temperature gun thingy right here. So I'm going to use this to tell me what the temperature is of the transmission fluid pan. And I think the pan's temperature should be close enough to whatever the fluid temperature is. And then it'll give me a pretty accurate reading. And I'm going to try to read the dipstick from below. From down there I can reach up and pull that stick out of there. And I don't think I'll touch anything that's too hot. I'll just try to avoid touching anything. So I'm going to see if that works. First, let me put this intake back in and reattach the hose. Okay, so temperature, not sure if you guys can see this. Letting the car run for a bit. Okay, so I gotta wait for it to get to yeah, 122 degrees. Right now it's at 83 degrees, at least this pan is. That loud tick sound kind of freaked me out, but I don't know what that is. Alright, getting there. I didn't realize I'd have to wait this long. Let's see here. Yeah, so I can probably go right in there. There's the dipstick right there. Let's see if we get the light on this. There we go. Check the temperature again. Oh boy, how long do I gotta wait? Come on. Really? You know, I'm noticing what looks like wet spots there. Is that wet? I don't know. I've never really looked at the engine. I've never looked at this. I haven't had this panel open before. But that looks kind of wet. I'm not sure what it could be though. Well, anyways, there's the dipstick, so as soon as we check the temperature. Okay, getting there. I'm gonna go and pull this out. I'm just a little worried about burning myself on anything. I try not to touch any of these things. Is that hot? But yeah, I should be able to take this dipstick out, and then I'll see what the temperature is now. Oh, come on. I mean, I guess I could take the stick out now and just check it early. Assuming I can. It really isn't as easy. Oh wait, okay, I got it. There we go. Oh, a pain in the ass. Okay. So, I didn't really clean this off yet, so... Oh, so much for focusing. Come on. Camera, focus better. Alright, I'm going to clean that off. Now it's all clean. Sorry it's not in focus. Definitely need a camera person. Okay, let me check the temperature. Come on, 98 degrees? No. 90. Oh, that's funny. Temperature actually goes up and down. It's not really staying. Yeah, it's not going up anymore. Oh, fuck it. I'll just put it in there and see what it is. Oh. Plus, I'm getting really tired of holding this thing. Oh, goodness. Okay. Let's see if I can get this back in there now. In this asinine technique I thought of. Definitely don't recommend this. Okay, so I got it in there. All the way in. Pull it out. See what kind of level I got. Come on. Nope. What is it? Well, that's funny. Really can't even tell what it is. I mean, that side looks dry. Let me put it back in. Okay. Yeah, I expected it to be a little more obvious, but honestly, why does it look like it's not even between, it's too low, like way too low. That's real interesting. One more time. Yeah, I can see it just barely getting to it. What the hell? Oh, right now it's on the tip. Oh wow, interesting. Okay, stick it back in. I'll leave it there for a minute. Let's see if the temperature has changed. Oh good, 109. Well, that's interesting. So maybe when it's cold it actually doesn't register on there, and until it gets hot it's not going to register anything. That is pretty amazing. Okay, that makes sense. As it warms up it expands, right? So I need it to be between the low and the high when this gets to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. So I got another 12 degrees to go, or more, 13 degrees. Wow, that is fascinating, watching that thing go from the not showing up on the dipstick at all to... Oh, so that's why probably people you end up overfilling it if you check it when it's cold. Because if you keep adding it to where it shows up on the line, then when it warms up it's going to be way over the line. That is pretty cool. Alright, now what is it? 110, we're really close now. Come on, 10 more degrees. For God's sakes, I'm really tired of being down here. I can't imagine anyone still watching this video. But if you are, you deserve I don't know what. Can't really think of anything right now. Just want this to be over. Okay. Come on. Check it again. Oh goodness. 10 more degrees. We can do it. I'm really curious when I pull that out if it'll be between lines. I think it will be because I saw it already starting to show up. Meanwhile, let me get this. I left the nut down here. Somewhere down here. There it is. That's the little nut that keeps it keeps the dipstick in place. Okay, let's check again. Is it? Oh, come on. I just shouldn't check, right? No, but I think... Wait a minute, is it going to stop at 122 degrees or it'll keep going? Like, how hot does this thing get? I have no idea. But anyway, I'll just... As soon as it gets to 122, I'll check it and be done with it. Okay, we're really close now. Oh, come on. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, you could probably skip over 10 seconds or 20 seconds. You don't have to suffer like I am. Okay, I know I'm being dramatic. I'm not really suffering that much. Really close now. I'll have to be a little more careful when I put my hand there, I think. Oh wait, 120 degrees, that's not that hot, right? I mean, it's hot, but it's not like it could cook anyone. Okay. Oh yeah, that's real close now. Oh wow, okay. Interesting. Oh, the drain plug is 122. So I think the drain plug is it. Okay, I'm gonna go in there again. Wish me luck, guys. Oh wow, I can feel that, that's hot. Okay. Getting it out. Come on. There we go. There we go. What is it? Can't see it. Oh yeah, it's definitely wet. I think it reached the line, did it? Kinda? Yeah, it's all wet, pretty much. Yeah, I think it's close enough. Okay, I'm gonna put this back in. I think you can see it better there. Okay, I'm gonna put this thing back.